we have created that particular project. As I told you, we are going to working with the linear layout. So I just try to close this particular part so we have the clear view. So what I'm trying to do here, I just by default the Android Studio creates that particular layout as a constraint layout container. Okay, so I have selected this particular part and I just pressing capital LINER and look at it's giving me the option. I select that specific option and then I press enter. When I press enter, automatically it is changing the starting tag as well as the ending tag. Okay, and then of course because we are not using any constraints here, so automatically we don't need this. So what does it mean? If we look at that, in this particular line it is telling that this is an Android. All these text, that tags, text view, buttons, where they are, so they are actually coming from this particular online resource. Okay, we are not using this particular XML namespace, okay, but we are using this one. And then we also have some tools which are we are trying to import certain specific tools and the tags that we can use in this particular file. So we just try to keep it as it is. And as I told you in the that these are the two attributes of your views which you have to provide. For example, if I just do that, look, I'm removing that one, it becomes red and underlined. The reason is that if I go there, it is say that the layout underscore height attribute and the layout underscore width attribute should be defined. They must be defined if you want this particular layout to execute or to compile it in a proper way. So I just do undo that particular specific delete. So we have those width and height we have to provide. And same thing is happening here. If I may just change this particular part, again look at that, it shows your layout width need to be defined. So these are the two attributes that must be defined. Fine. Right now I just try to copy paste, or we can say that we can just type cap angle brackets and then it is giving me, I give the capital text. We have different options, but right now we are talking about a text view, and we say wrap content, and then we are going text. I'm just typing it and it giving the option. When I say enter, it will give me that you can give the text here. For example, our first text view, and look at that, this particular part is here, it show me in that particular blue rectangle here, and the next part is actually coming on the right side, right? By default the linear layout orientation is horizontal. Okay, so let me put another one here. Like I say that I want to put a button here. Again we need to provide the height and width. Whenever you're giving one thing, starting button, automatically it is putting these two things which are the compulsory attributes. So wrap content, and here text, the text that you want it appear on this particular button is there, but there is nothing inside. So if you want, like, click me, okay, so we have that button. We can also put some other thing as well. So for example, what we have, the image view. Again I say wrap content, and then to show certain image, right now it is not there. Reason is that we have not tell that what is the contents inside. We didn't give any kind of, what you can say, that the image. So we can say that src source, we need to provide the source. What we need, I mean, do we have some drawable here? Look at, I mean, these are the drawable which is the background of your, if we look at our here we have certain things here, background, foreground is this one, and so on. So maybe I can put another image. I just try to close this one. I just try to put another image here. Image view, wrap content, and then say that the source, the image that we want to display here, I want to make it drawable, and then we say foreground. Look at that. It exists, but it is going out of the screen. Do you understand my point? It is going out of the screen. Everything is going horizontal. Now, as I told you, that we can actually, these are invisible vertical boxes in which these widgets has been placed, and we can align them to the top, to the bottom, or to the vertical center. We can align them. How we can do that? Inside any of that, for example, here in the which one? It is the second one. So in the second one, we are giving a specific property name, that is the gravity. Layout underscore gravity, and I say that I want to make it, if I say horizontal center, it will not take any effect. The reason is that we cannot move it left and right, we can only move it vertically. So if I say the vertical center, look at that, it is coming down here. And then I say that this foreground, not the background, or I want to make it align to the bottom. So what I can do, again, I say that gravity to the bottom. So look at that, it's going up and down, not fine. Is it clear? Anything till now? One more thing, we can if we want everything going to the center by default, instead of like top, everything go to the center by default. So we can also have a gravity property at the linear layout level. So we can say that gravity, not layout gravity, we want gravity property to set to the vertical center. So look at that, everything is coming up by default here, but because in this particular specific layout we are saying that layout gravity to the bottom, so only that will move to the bottom, every other thing will be go into that central part. Even I can remove that one here as well. So by default, what we are saying that this is our linear layout. This is our linear. I mean, if I just click on here, look at that. It is showing up this blue rectangular which is covering the whole screen. That is the linear layout. And here we are telling that everything. What is the gravity? Gravity of the Earth is that everything is pulled towards the center of the Earth. So we are moving towards down. So now we are saying to this particular layout that your center of gravity is here. So everything will automatically go to that particular position. If we say that the center of gravity is bottom, everything will go to the bottom. If we say don't say anything, by default the center of gravity is at the top and left, okay, so it will go to the top. And if we want to make it center, so we are just changing that center of gravity from top, from bottom, or from left, center, horizontal, vertical center. We can change it inside the layout. Then accordingly, whatever we are putting inside that layout, according to that gravity, it will align itself to the bottom, top, or center. Is it clear? That is our horizontal layout. Let me just go there here and change this orientation. I just type OR and it is giving me the option orientation, and then it also giving me the different options. These are the two different possible values. So of course we want to select the vertical one. So look at that. When I say vertical, everything is coming the vertical center. Look, everything is trying to push itself to the vertical center. So what you can say that all those elements are at the vertical center. And remember that we have given that this particular specific foreground, this one, it should go to the bottom. It is not working here right now. Yeah, but if we say that go to the right, yeah, it will go to the right. So the gravity inside the vertical layout, it can help you to move around left, right, and center in the vertical orientation of the linear layout. In the horizontal linear layout, it can help you to move around that particular specific UI component, top, center, or the bottom, but not left, right. Understand? So I just give you these are the invisible vertical container, vertical boxes on invisible horizontal boxes. In the vertical layout, they are the horizontal boxes. So within that particular horizontal box, we can move it around left, right, and we can move it around like this. And in the horizontal layout, we can, these are the like this, we can move around. Okay. So this is our linear layout. It does not have any meaningful something here. The other thing that I want to show you, that if I say, for example, I want to, instead of having the wrap content, and it is our, I just put this thing here. I mean, I'm putting a lot of things. Look, if I am putting, I'm putting that, the maximum width it can take the parent, and after that it is going to the next line, next line, next line, next line. But how much time? I mean, if I just keep on doing that, Control V, I'm just putting, copy pasting. Where's my text now? Okay, what's happening? Wrap content, wrap content. Okay, that's fine. Control V, Control V, Control V. What's happening? It should go down, down, down. Okay, I think it stopped whenever it is like hitting the maximum size. It stopped that particular specific. I mean, I just let me. We can override that particular specific wrap content. So we have that one. So let me go back here, and then instead say width is fine, but height we want to fix. I say that I want to have 400 dp. So I'm making that particular 400 dp. Look, that particular component is again going out. Maybe I can make it 500 dp. Again, that particular specific component is going out of the screen. That something, I think in the newer version they have changed a few things here. But anyway, so I say it like that, and then now if I just try to give my Control V part here, well, it's not visible to me anymore. Let me run it and see if it is working or not. It has too much text, that's fine. What is the problem? The text is here. Okay, it still show me some things here, but why it is not showing me here? Let me give more text here. It is not showing me here, but let's see. I'm just giving the more text so that I can show you that it's going out of that particular widget, and then how we can apply this scrolling. Now it is going out of that particular space. Look, it is going down. So how we can apply this scrolling part here? Very simple. You have a scroll view. Okay. So capital SC. I've just type it. Say that what you want. I want say that match parent, and then I say that wrap content. Whatever that content is, accordingly it will adjust its height. And I putting that particular text view inside that particular scroll view. Now it is inside that scroll view. Okay, and let me run that particular application again, and we will see that. What happened? Okay, according to the height of this one. Okay, let me putting that the same height here, whatever the height is here, I'm putting the same height here. According to the contents, because the text is bigger, it is fixing the size accordingly. I mean, that's very strange. We are giving exact height over there. So now if I just try to, like, we can scroll it up and down. And the other thing is, that's very tricky a little bit. For example, inside the scroll view, you can have only one tag. Again, top level tag. Top level tag. In that one tag, you can have nested tags, but fine. That is acceptable because we are applying the scroll on the text view. So we can apply the scroll only on one tag. Understand? I mean, I can't say have something like this that I also have a, not this one. Like if I say that I also have another text view, capital T, text view, wrap contents, and then I say that we have text, and then we say that my text. It is not going to work. I can show you on. It has stopped. Of course, that's an error which is coming up. How we can find that particular error? We have this log at this one. We have build, we have terminal, we have to do. So we have a log at, and if we try to look at the error messages, this is the error messages that comes up. So actually, because I have put these two tags inside the scroll view, which is not acceptable by the scroll view, it said no. Our application has crashed. We can find out that particular specific reason, but remember that this is only due to that particular specific two tags inside the scroll view, because scroll is applied only on one tag, only one tag. Is it clear? Yes, you can do something like this. If I just take out of this one, or I just keep it here, and then instead of making that particular scroll on these two texts, if I say that I want to have a linear layout, that's match parent and the wrap contents, and inside that particular linear layout, I am putting these two components, that is acceptable. And now if I run that particular specific application, and you will see that it is working fine now. We cannot apply this. We have applied the scrolling on what? We have applied the scrolling on the linear layout. So the linear layout, we can, I mean, it just does not allow me to scroll that particular text inside the text view. So these are the few things that we need to figure out. You understand? Is it fine? Inside the text view, you want to put the that is more kind of a two different. It is not inside the text view. It is a separate thing. But it will looks like that it is the part of the text view or something like that, but it is actually not. For example, I mean, we are working, so let me clear that particular specific part here, because we are going to apply our scrolling only on one particular text view, and then of course we need to clear that one as well. So we have this thing here, fine. Okay, so now you are saying that we want some text view, and then to look at that, if we say something like this, we create a linear layout. I say match parent and the wrap content, and then I say that I want to have a text view. I say wrap content, and we say that my text is equal to my search text, fine, and then I put a button, like we can say that wrap content, and then we say that text that we want to appear, it's the search. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, I also have another thing that is called weight property. Layout weight is equal to 1. So if I just try to, we can also change that particular specific other properties like text size. We want to make it 30 sp, it will become bigger. The same text size we want to use with our button as well, so we can do that. So look at that, it become a little bit bigger, fine. It's much my text view. Again, look at that, it's very sticking to that particular wall. I don't like that. So what I want some space between that particular left side. So I can say that I want to put a margin. So I type margin. So look at that, it's giving me options: margin top, margin. If I say margin, it will put the same space on the left, right, top and bottom on all 4 directions. But if I say only margin left, and then I put some 5 dp. So look at that, now it's a little bit away from that one. If I say no, I want a little bit more, maybe I can say something like this. Okay, fine. And I also want that this button and these text is also same, so maybe I also want the 15 dp on the right side. Again, margin on the right, 15 dp. What is dp? We will talk about a little later. Density independent pixel actually. And what does that mean? We will talk about it, because right now we are more concerned with the linear layout. So I have set that particular weight layout. If we are setting, if we have 2 components in that particular linear layout, this is one linear layout. Okay, if we look at that here, this is our linear layout in which we have 2 components. One is the text view and one is the button. We have set the weight for only one. What will happen? Whatever the size of that button is, that will be there, and the rest of the area will be covered by this one. You understand? And if I give the same weight, you can also like something like this. If I give the same weight here, then they will try to make ourselves at the same size. Try to make, it's not necessary that we'll do that, but try to make them of the same size in terms of the height and width. Normally when we're talking about the horizontal, they will be more in terms of the width. And when we're talking about a vertical layout, then they will be try to make the same height. Even if I say that here, the width is 0 dp. Even 0 dp, still it is visible. I'm saying that the width is 0, but because of that weight property, it is still visible. You understand? So this is the weight property. For example, you say that 70% area should be covered by this particular component, and then the remaining 30% area should be covered by this one. So then you can simply say that here the weight is 7, and then here the weight is 3. So they will try to cover the 70%, and we can also make it 80%. It is not necessary. We can also make 0.8 and 0.2, 80% and 20%. So normally that you are talking about, inside the search we have a text button, something like they are like this. Not inside a text area you have a button. No. You understand? So now look at that. If we look that particular specific file, at the top level we have only one linear layout in that particular file. Look at that. At the top level you can have only one and only one tag, linear layout, and inside you can have many, no problem, that's fine. Like we have the text view, then we have the scroll view. Inside the scroll view we have that particular text view. Then we have the linear layout. Inside the linear layout we have the text view and button. We have the button, image view, fine, no problem, that's fine. But they are all inside this particular linear layout top level tag. At the top level, we can have only one layout container. It can be like you can say that okay, delete not delete everything, uh, because we need to provide these things. I mean, if we are giving that, then maybe we are missing this. We need to provide these XML namespaces from where all these tags are going to come. Okay, so we need to provide that. Yes, we can do something like this. Like here, I say that instead of text view. So look at that. It has changed to the text view, and now there's nothing here. The reason is that we are saying that there is a text view. So we have to delete everything. We put a text property here. All the properties which are not relevant to text view, we will need to delete from here, and it will show only you text view. That's fine. But at the top level, we can have only one thing. Let me give you the idea. Delete it from here. Delete it. Yeah, fine. We don't need that particular property. We don't need that particular property. So here we can give the text. Text is equal to my only text. So look at that. And because we are saying that match parent, the size is according to the full screen. If I just say that height is wrap content, so fine. But of course, we cannot put anything else here now. Understand? So let me Control Z. Fine. So we have our, where's my layout? We also need to Control Z that particular text view into the linear layout. So now I get back my linear layout. Is it fine? Yeah. So let's stop our video. Where is our